hear me loud and clear? Just want to do a quick audio check. All right, thank you very much. All right, good. Good to see you all. All right, so let's get started, everyone. First of all, thanks everyone for being here, and we're about a week away from Christmas, so we are going to be talking a little bit about the AI bubble that we're probably seeing right now, and also a couple other things that we're seeing that are causing some issues, like what's happening with the market, as in getting a nice little rally. But with that rally, we have a couple of things that are happening too. And what that is it going to continue? What industries are moving, what industries are not? So those are basically things that we're going to be covering. So we're gonna spend some time. I'm gonna ask everyone a lot of questions. We're gonna have a lot of fun. The goal is to try to teach you how to be a good trader going into the new year. All right. So let me just change the slide here really quick. Now, just a quick little disclaimer to let everybody know, I'm not making any guarantees or promises that works for everybody. You know, it does vary from person to person, trader to trader. So, but we always like to recommend, there is a very high risk of trading. So please don't go out there and trade what you can't afford to lose. All right. Now, what we're going to be doing is that at the end of this presentation, I am going to invite all of you to come to my professional trading room. We have hundreds of traders that are trading live there right now. You're going to get to meet them all. We trained all of them, and and the goal is to see, not how much money we make, but how much we can control that we don't lose. You can't make unless you learn how to take profits, and you can't, and you got to control the losses because they only get worse. And that's going to be the goal. I'm going to give everyone access to my free book. I'm going to show everyone where you get this data from. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But before we do that, I don't want to waste your time. So in the next 40 minutes, I'm going to show you everything that we're going to learn. And no matter what time you want to be there, all I can tell you is I'm going to make you that much better of a trader. All right. So let's go talk about what we traded in the past week. So I want to go bring up the trading platform up here right now, and I want to share with you what's going on. Now, is anybody here in any position? Anybody in the stock right now? I mean, right now we had a nice little move in the Trump stock overnight because there was a little bit of a merger that happened over there with a contract. Anyone here in a position? NVIDIA. Okay, we'll look at NVIDIA. Anyone else? Any other stocks out there? ANC, Carl, OKLO, that was a pretty good one, Daryl. Okay, we can look at that one. I have NVIDIA up here, Ron. Let's look at NVIDIA. Okay, so let me explain something to everything. This is what you're about to learn, and this is where I'm going to get all your attention. And this is a question for all of you, and I expect everybody to answer it. If you cannot answer this question, I'm going to give you one of the best advices. Quit trading and go back to your day job, okay? And don't take it the wrong way. I live here in New York. I was trained by some of the best traders in the world. And I can tell you one thing, if you didn't listen to your boss, you're fired, okay? Because you're trading their money. So my question to you is this, it's the same thing they told me. What makes NVIDIA go up and go down? What drives a stock to go up and down, everyone? Jerry, George, Michael, Daryl, what do you think? Michael, you're right. Bill, you're right. Sandy, you're right. Julio, wrong answer. But that's okay. Marcus, you're right. Come on, everyone. Don't be shy. What's the worst thing could happen to you? I tell you did it wrong. Okay. Just there you go. Thank you. Raymond, you're right. William, Louise, Brenda. Just write BNS, which is buyers and sellers. Okay. Because if you don't believe buyers and sellers don't run up the stock market, then you can log out right now. I'm going to save you some time. All right. So for the ones that agree with me, the ones that went out there and said buyers and sellers, here's my question to you, because this is what you're going to learn in the next 30 minutes. Do you see any buyers and sellers on these charts? Yes or no? No, right? Michael, William, everyone know. So how do you really know if the stock's going up or going down? How do you really know NVIDIA is going to go up and go down? And not only that, but what is going to make the stock stop from going higher? What is going to, look what happened to NVIDIA today. So it hit a resistance levels today, right around 176, right? And then you could see that it basically dropped all the way right around here, around 172. Why did the stock stop here, went up, and stopped there? What could have we done knowing where the support level was there at 70, right around 71, and the resistance at 76? How would we have known that? Bernie, you're right. We got to see the big, depends on, well, it has nothing to do with the market, Michael. Has nothing to do with market. Maybe a little, but at the end of the day, it's all about buyers and sellers. So the thing is this, you don't see buyers and sellers, right? You don't see it. But let me show you what you're going to learn in the next 30 minutes. Have any of you guys ever heard of level 4 before? Level 4. Anybody? All right. So I'm going to zoom out over here a little bit. And if you look right here, this is 9:30. This is when the market opened up. The stock was trading right here. It went down, went up to these big red lines right here. Those red lines and this red line are sellers, okay? Now, let me show you how big of a seller that was. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. That seller at that moment of time was 80,000 shares looking to be sold. Around 10:30, that price, that seller was, if you look right here on the right, current order book, can anybody tell me how many shares is that right there? What does that equal? Let's see if you guys could add. If you can't add, then you should definitely not be trading. How much money is that right there? How many shares? How many shares? About 200. It's about 200,000, 100,000 and 100,000 and 111,000. Okay. So now if you take 200,000 and just say on the average 200,000 times $176, how much money is that? Would you say? Talking over about $30 million, $40 million worth of stock. Okay. So this is where I was taught, and what you're going to listen to me right now. What makes you think you know more than those $40 million worth of stock looking to be sold out there? How many shares are you trading in NVIDIA? Okay. Probably lucky if you got, if you trade 1,000, that means you need $176,000 out there to trade that stock. Is anybody here putting $176,000 in an idea? And you're only talking 1,000 shares. We're talking close to 200,000 sitting there. Okay. And guess what? What happened to the price of the stock when it hit that 200,000? It hit it and it went right back down. Hit it, went right back down. Okay. So what you're seeing is these are the orders. I'll do another one. How about Tesla? Anybody here follow Tesla? Been having a nice little run up lately. Probably asking, where's the resistance on Tesla? Okay. Because when you look at a chart, really can't see it too much. But I can tell you this. There's a lot of sellers right around here at $500. Between $500 and $550, you got about 500,000, 60,000, 33,000, 118,000. No real buyers out here, but definitely a lot of sellers out there. Now, I'm going to ask you the question I asked all of you just before, and let's see if you can answer the question properly. What makes stocks go up and down in the stock market? Yes, Michael. Yes, Bill. Can everyone just put that in, just write BNS, buyers and sellers. Okay. So what have you just seen? Buyers and sellers. Listen, I'm not looking to change your style. I'm not looking here to tell you, my indicator is better than his indicator. I got a brand new software. I am teaching you how to trade the markets. Now, the question you're probably asking yourself is this: who in the hell is Fausto Pugliese in Cybertrade University, and why am I listening to him? What makes him no better than everyone else? Well, let me tell you who I am. I'm actually a 35-year Wall Street veteran. I'm one of the original day traders, market makers that trade in this industry. Okay. The technology that I'm about to teach you has been around for about 50 years. Okay. And for some of you, you're probably hearing it for the first time. Now, I've done speaking and I've learned, from some of the best traders in the industry. I've also competed and I beat every single trader in the industry in trading that competed against me. Why? Because a lot of the people that are out there were never worked on Wall Street. They were never a market maker. And I'm going to give you guys a little advice. If you want to learn from someone, you know, I think I would want the person to be an expert in it. Listen, if I want to learn to be a doctor, I want to learn from a doctor. If I want to learn to be a football player, I think I want to learn from a football player, okay? Not from a gym teacher, okay? If I want to learn about the stock market, I would think that the person worked on Wall Street. That's what separates things. Not saying they're bad people, but that's where it comes down to it. Now, I've been featured at some of the biggest well-known finance companies in the industry, including I do a lot of work with NASDAQ, teaching you what I'm about to show you, which is NASDAQ Total View. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works and everything else, because that's how the market works. Now, before we move forward, I just want to thank you all for being here. And as a thank you, I want to give everyone a copy of my book. It's a fast read. It's a color read. It's a great everything I'm basically teaching you right now. You're learning it right now. So if everyone has just a moment in time, let's just do this while we're standing here. I want you to bring up your inbox. And why don't we do this right now? Just basically, why can I not do everyone for some reason? All right. So just bring up an inbox, type in Fausto at ctutrading.com and just write in book. And just click send in your inbox right now, and I will give you everyone access. You could pay me $50 on Amazon. I would love to take you $50. But if you like it for free, just to be here, I will give it to you. I just don't want to split it with Wiley, which is my publishing company, probably the most well-known, reputable company in the industry. So it's one of the original day trading books that was out there. All right. So while you do that, let's get into the fun part about it. So how I got started, I used to trade on this little 15-inch monitor. There was a big article. It was written up about kids like myself. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 54. But back then, it was a bunch of kids tournamenting Wall Street. I was one of those. So if you read any of the old books, that's basically me. My parents, I'm first generation Italian. My parents came to this country with $20 in their pocket, but they landed here in New York and always raised us to say, listen, son, the way you want to be successful, if you love something you do, don't learn from people that are good at it. Learn from people that are really bad at it so you don't make those same mistakes, okay? And try to work for a very good company. I don't care what is involved. If it costs you money, if you got to work for free, that's the deal, okay? And it was one of the best advice that I've done, because I know a lot of people in this industry that tried to be successful, including some of you here, and you probably failed miserably. And it comes down to this: who really trained you? Okay. And that's what I've learned. So I was trained by some of the best traders in the industry. And what they taught me is this, and what I'm about to teach you: it's not about making money. It's about controlling losses. Okay. You're going to lose in trading. You just got to know not how to do it. Now, let me tell you a little bit. Now let's go into the trading part about, because listen, this is not about me. This is about you. Okay. I hate seeing people lose money. There's no reason for it. And the reason why people lose is because nobody likes to take a loss. So I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with today's markets. There've been a couple of good rallies in the market. It's been great, but listen, it hasn't really gone up as much as we were. Listen, if you bought in the past year or 2 years and you held on and closed your eyes and went to sleep and woke up one day today, you did great. But some of us want to know, is it still too late to get into these stocks? Listen, the video was trading almost at 220. We're down to 170. All right. AVGO had earnings last week. It got really, really beat up. Broadcom. AMD, great rally into it, but it peaked out at 267. We're down to 200 just in the past month. So Oracle, another one, great rally in Oracle, but it maxed out at 340. Now we're down to 170. So what are these? Why are they falling? Is it profit taking? Is it they really, are they overrated? Whatever it may be. At the end of the day, it's all about following the money. And then what happens is that some of you here probably own those stocks and don't really have a game plan because you're looking at the rearview mirror. You're looking what happened to the past of the stock, like, oh, well, it looks like it's at support here and this and that. It's not what's going on in the past. It's what's going on in the future. The future is the right of the chart. And that's what we need to focus on. So, as much as you might think somebody is watching you, the problem is you are not watching them. And how do I know that? Because I live here. I've been trained by some of these great traders. You're not going to beat them, but you could join them. And joining them is having the right tools. And that's why here at Cybertrain University, maybe you were recommended for some of the big brokerage firms. We do education for Thinkorswim, TradeStation, Schwab, Tasty Trade. We just signed on Moomoo. They all have a lot of the tools that you need, but a lot of you don't turn them on because you just don't know how to use them. So let's talk about some of the big specific big orders so you could take these stocks to that level. And I want to focus on two things. Okay. These are the two things that you need to be very successful. It's level 3 and level 4. That's all you need to become a good trader. Now, I want to do a quick poll, and I want everyone to answer this question. And if you're a student here, please do not answer it. So the poll question is this: do you have level 3 quotes? So let's get that poll up and running. You see a little poll that popped up here, and just be very honest. Yes, no, I'm not sure. Okay. So as all of you guys answer that question, this is where you all need to pay very close attention, because what you're about to learn is going to be very, very disturbing. What I mean by disturbing is that you're going to finally realize that you've been trading blind. Okay. Listen, if you're an options trader, a Forex trader, a crypto trader, a stock trader, whatever you are, a futures trader, you could apply this to everything. Okay. This is how Wall Street trades. Something that a lot of people don't like to, never heard of before. I'm going to show you how to decode the tape and how to understand what real support and resistance level really is. I want to start off with something called level 3. Okay. Now, what level 3 is this? You got buyers and you got sellers. Now, we all agree stocks go up and down by buyers and sellers. Well, you all can get access to something called NASDAQ Book Viewer, or your brokerage firm will call it Total View. What you'll see here is you'll see a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers around the entire world. Every order that is out there is being advertised on the exchange. Everything. Not what your brokerage firm is telling you is 1% of 99% that's out there. You're seeing nothing. You're just seeing what the stock is trading. Imagine you could see every person out the entire world: Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, institutions, high frequency trades, dark pools, everything that the boogeyman that you heard that exists does. And now you could see it. So here, for example, looking at a stock called Tesla. Okay. And on Tesla, or any other stock, we got buyers and sellers. And when you want to know why did the stock go up and went from 472 up to 490, it's not because of Fausto said so. It's not because Elon Musk said so. Okay. It's because there was a big buyer hovering right around here of 15,000 shares. Now, is that a lot? Well, when you look down that list, there are prices and orders at every price, but not as big as that one, because you got 400 shares, 600 shares, 1,000 shares. That's not the big order. The biggest order is the 115,000, right? Once again, how do stocks go up and go down? Buyers and sellers. What are you looking at? You have a seat on the exchange, and this is all available to you. Why would you not want to know where the big buyer is? And the reason why is because no one ever taught you. That's the reason why. Now, I'm going to end the poll, and I want to share the results with you. Look how many of you don't know what it is. 75%, 13% say I'm not sure. So you're talking close to almost over 80 to 90%. Do you know trading is an 80 to 90% failure rate? Why is anybody in this business knowing that you're in one of the biggest failure rates in the business? You have a better chance of succeeding in the restaurant business, which is the ultimate failure rate of the industry. But you love food, you want to be in it. Okay, well, you know what? Doesn't mean you should be in it just because you love cooking. All right. Well, same thing about trading. Just because you love trading doesn't mean it's for you. But you know what? I personally think you all can do it. But the only way to do it, you got to have the right data. And the right data is to know what the street is doing. Now, but guess what? We're here. We're going to fix that problem. All right. Now, let's talk about a stock hitting a resistance level. What is a ceiling? Well, here you're looking at a stock right here, Moderna, and the stock started at 9:30 this morning at $30, went all the way up to about 31 and a half, and then came right back down to 30.80. Why did it stop at 31.60? Why not 32? Why not 30? Where does this number 31.60 come from? And it didn't hit it once, it hit it twice. Okay. Oh, I know why. It's a double top. What in the hell does a double top even mean? What does that mean? I don't know, but it's because when you get the five candlestick chart and the wick, and stop pretending. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. When you look at the sell orders and you work your way down, there was an 80,000 share seller out there. Zip it. I don't care what anybody tells you or any theory. That is the facts. The fact is there was a big seller out there at 31.69, and that's the only reason why it came down. Not these hypotheses and this theory that people said, oh, it's a double top. Oh, it's a five candlestick, soldier green bar. Oh, it's a MACD that crossed over with an SMA. That's all bullshit, okay? It's the big order out there that stopped the stock from going higher. End the conversation. And if you didn't see that, then you have every reason why you lost money on that trade, that you didn't take it because of that. Now, once again, I'm sorry to be a little upset or aggressive, but there's no reason that, I'll give you an example. True story. And anybody here have children? Anyone have kids? I want to tell you a funny story. Anybody have kids here? A lot of you do. Mike, you do. Villa has. Okay, great. You know what? I have a son that's been driving. Okay, and he got a parking ticket. Okay, there's nothing in the world that despises me, that bothers me more than anything than paying those bastards that ticket. Okay, there's no reason for it, and for a fact you should not have parked there, regardless, whatever. Okay, well, sure enough, he got a parking ticket. Okay, and the question is, you're not supposed to park there. You're going to get a ticket. That, and not only, I don't know where you live, but here in New York, tickets are not $20. Okay, tickets here are at $90, $100, $150. Okay, and that ticket literally would cost 50 cents. If you just put 50 cents in a meter, you can get away without paying an $85 ticket. But you want to put the 50 cents. because he figure he'll be in and out pretty quickly. So my point is this, okay? There's nothing despise me more than going there. Take the ticket to court and fight it, George. Good luck with that, okay? At the end of the day, they got a pitcher. I've been there. I've done that. I sent him there on purpose to fight it, and he still lost, okay? And not only that, but he lost a half a day's worth of work, which he could have just paid the ticket and got the money back from work, okay? So he lost that and whatever. My point I'm getting to is this, George. The same reason why that my son got that ticket, knowing that he shouldn't have parked there, is the same reason why most of you should not be losing money in the position, knowing that you're going up against a big seller. There's no reason why you should have been out there and should have got out of that trade, knowing that you're coming up to this big seller. What do you think that big seller is doing out there? He's there to scare you. He's there to pretend he's faking it. No, he really wants out of that position. What makes you think it's going to go higher, you know, with him being out there? It's not going to happen. You follow what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys appreciate my little metaphor, because that just happened to me yesterday with my son, and I got really, really upset about it. So anyway, let's look at a case study on Oracle. All right. So Oracle, you could see how the stock is going down. Now, does anyone here own a stock and you're losing money on it? It's going down. You're like, oh my God, what do I do? It's down to 230. It's down to 90. So let me ask everybody a question. What is going to stop Oracle from going lower? What is it going to stop? Buyers, right? Wouldn't it be great to know where the big buyer is? Well, you can't look at the left of the chart, because that's the past. And you know what? Every time you looked at it, it broke a new support level, broke a new support level. You're like, what the hell's going on? It just broke a new support level. What is making this thing breaking support levels? Well, let's go here and let's look at the critical question. We need to find and when it's going to stop going lower. We're going to check out NASDAQ Book Viewer. We're going to look where the buyers are. We're going to see there are buyers at every single price, 170, 280, 1,000. Oh, that's more than 170. Is that really a support level? I don't know. 100. Yeah. Oh my God. There's a 74,000 share buyer at 70 for 74,000. That is literally almost 100 times, maybe even 1,000 times more than any single price out there. What do you think is going to happen at 177? Exactly. It's going to hit a support. That's what makes a support level. And that's why we went from 177.50 up to 180. Okay. Now, this is like talking to my son about says, do not park here. Okay. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen when you get to a 74,000 share buyer out there after dropping from 190? What do you think is going to happen? Exactly. Mike, Bill, Mike's asking a lot. Great for you. George, what do you think? Louis, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to go up. Is that confusing? Is that complicated? Did that seem hard? It's not. It's not hard. You know what the hardest part? Admitting that you're wrong. Okay. So like George, you said, go to court. Okay. You go to court. We're in court right now. I'm the judge. You tell me why you were right. And this is wrong. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's look at another on the other side of the coin. Okay. Let's look at Chipotle. So Chipotle, it's one of our big swing trades. We own it for a while right now. If you guys have been following us on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, I've been a big fan of Chipotle. We've done really well. But the question is, like, you're probably asking, Fausto, how did you find it? How did you know about it? How it's going to go up? Okay. Well, we've been watching the stock for a while. It's been on a big rally. Okay. And the thing is this, can everything keep going higher? Okay. Listen, stocks break resistance levels. That could happen. Okay. Happens all the time, right? How do we have known if it could break it? Well, here you could see if I own a stock on a big rally, I want to know where the resistance levels are. So you can see Chipotle here on the sell side has 132,000 share seller out there. Because the game plan is whenever you own something, you always want to have a game plan and say, okay, listen, you didn't make any money until you sold it. Okay. So the only way you know when to sell it, you got to know where the next biggest sellers are. So you can see here Chipotle had a really big resistance level, had a nice rally from 35.80, went all the way to this 37.20, which is right there. And from 10 o'clock all the way from 1 o'clock, never, ever wanted to break it. Okay. So the thing is, can we break a resistance? We sure could. The only way that could happen is someone's got to buy it from him. But what makes you think that someone's going to buy it? You want to take that chance? Listen, let somebody else break through that ceiling. Once they break through it, no problem. I'll buy it back. But to lose a profit from 35 to 37 is pretty, that's a pretty significant profit. You know how big of a profit that is? I'll tell you exactly what that is. Let's do simple math. Okay. If you bought the stock at $35 and you sold it at $37, if you had 1,000 shares, you made a $35,000 investment. You made $2 in 30 minutes. I'm sorry, in an hour. How much money did you make? Can anybody answer that question? What is 35 minus 37? Let's see if you can answer that question. 35. Bill, you're right. Michael, you're right. Carl, what about you? Damon, you made $2, right? Everybody write $2. Don't let me. I don't want to hear like I'm talking to myself. I want to make sure everybody's paying attention. Can everybody write $2? Let me see who's taking this seriously here. Write in 2. Let me see if you're paying. Daryl, okay, there you go. Carl, great. Listen, fellow traders, I'm not here for my health. I'm not here to hear myself talk. I do this every week. I'm here to protect you. I'm here to save you from getting how to control profits. $2 times 1,000 shares is $2,000. Okay. Do you have any idea how much money that is? You do $2,000. 2,000 times 5 days a week is 10,000 times 52 weeks. Who here doesn't want that job? Huh? Lewis says, I'll take it. Are you making it now? How about this? Screw that 2,000. How about if you just made 50 cents? Let's say you bought it at 35 and you sold at 35.50. Okay, you made 50 cents. 50 cents times 1,000 shares. 50 cents times 1,000 shares is $500 times 5 days a week times 52 weeks. Still $130,000 salary. Anybody here want to take that one either? Why not? See what I'm saying? You don't have to make a lot of money to have a good career in trading. You're right, Louise. It's not chump change. I'm glad you said that. It's not. But for some people, they think like, oh, I never really thought it that way. Okay. Now, what happens if the market is breaking down? Okay. We have a bear market. All right. So here's NVIDIA. You got a big buyer out there at 352,000 shares. Damn, that's a lot of shares. What is that? How much money is that? 350,000 times 186. I'm talking $65 million is sitting there. By the way, and there's 71 orders that make it. Remember, it's not one person. 71 orders around the entire world. Okay. So look what's happened in the video here. It hit it, it went up. It hit it, it went up. It hit it, went up. It hit it, went up. Hit it, went up. All right. What ended up happening? Oh, shit. Look what happened. It went lower. It's crashing. Why did that stock go lower? I don't understand. There was a big buyer out there. What happened? Anybody know? What happened? That's right. Someone sold it to him. Everybody's like, oh, you want to buy it? 65 million? Goldman Sachs comes in. Yeah, I got a big client right now. He wants out. Sold to those 71 people. Okay. 71 orders. That's what that means. 70. These are orders. So 71 orders will equal, that means there's 71 people around the entire world that want to buy the stock at $186.50 that equal 350. That's what that means. Okay. So these are the big things that you have to ask yourself. If you knew there was a big order out there and that buyer gets done, do you want to still own the stock? Because I don't know about you guys, NVIDIA dropped all the way down to 70, all the way down here. We're down to 70. Okay. Not looking too good for NVIDIA. But everyone likes talking about NVIDIA. NVIDIA. Look at we were at 86. Now we're at 80. That was not too long ago. All right. So this is what we call iceberg orders. You see this iceberg right here? Okay. So it's not what's on top of the water, it's what's on the bottom of the water. Nobody's looking at the orders below. See, this is basically what you're looking at when you're trading. You're looking at the top level. That's basically the bid and offer. You're looking at what the stock is trading right now, but you're not realizing there are orders that are a lot deeper than what you think that's out there. And that's where the majority of the big orders are. Now, let me explain something to you. The reason why we call them iceberg orders, I came up with that word after watching the movie Titanic. And we all know what happened. Didn't work out too well for those people because you hit an iceberg, could put you out of business and blow up your account. And don't tell me no one here has not blown up their account before. Okay. And I'm not saying you all have, but some of you have been there and done that. You got to be honest with yourself. And that's the main reason why people blow up their account. They don't know when to take a loss. So who here would like to get level 3 quotes? This is what I want you to do. Let's open up your inbox. Okay. By the way, I got a bunch of people that email me. Lisa, Noka. I don't know who this person is. Please give me your real name. Let's do this all over again. There's people here that email. They don't even know who you are. Okay. So we're going to do this again. All right. Open up your inbox. Type in Fausto. Okay. And write NASDAQ book. And please write down your real first and last name. So at least I know how I can, answer you back. Fausto Pugliese. Okay. And then hit send. Okay. So why don't you do that? Now, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to give you 2 videos. I'm going to send you to the NASDAQ's website. A lot of people don't even know this even existed. Okay. A lot of people don't even talk about it. I'm going to send you there and you're going to download the platform. I'm going to show you how to set the defaults and you're going to blow your mind. You're going to freak out at the end of this presentation that you'd be like, you're going to probably go out there like, oh my God, I got this stock. I got that stock. I got this stock. Where are the buyers? Because I'm losing money. And you're going to be like, you're going to thank me. Okay. This is why I love doing what I do. So hit send and let's get that over here. I can see I just got my email. There's Fausto. I got my email, NASDAQ book. Oh, there you go. Oh, Virtue, I got your email. Thank you very much. All right, perfect. All right, I don't want to show you guys everyone's emails, but send that to me and you're going to fall off your chair. And let me tell you, this is where I told you you're going to get very pissed off at. You're going to be really ticked off because you're going to be like the person that taught you or who did teach you and like, wait a minute, did you know there's such thing as level 3, level 4? And they're like, oh, no, like, well, how did you not know that there are orders out there that we could watch? And then the question is, you're going to find out who really trained them. Yeah, my email is right here, just right there, Fausto at C2 Trading. Put that right there. Bernie, you got it right there. I can't, for some reason, why can't I not put my, oh, there I go. Fausto CTU trading.com. There you go. There you go. All right. Perfect. Now I can obviously. All right, Lisa, I just got yours. Thank you very much. By the way, do you guys want to ask me a question about trading, about anything, about a stock or about a school, about a brokerage firm? Feel free to email me. Okay. I'll be happy and will be honored to answer you back because I don't like seeing you part of the 90% failure rate. It bothers me. It ruins the industry. It's terrible. There's no reason for it. It's like my son getting a parking ticket. It's like, Didn't you read the sign? It says $100 parking ticket. You couldn't put 50 cents in the meter. You couldn't. I'm like, why are you being cheap? And by the way, it's another thing I want to point out. There's nothing free in this world, everybody. If any brokerage firm gives you free stuff, there's a catch. Okay. Ever wonder why brokerage firms give you free tickets? I'm going to ask everybody that question. Everybody always loves that. Why do brokerage firms give free tickets? Does anybody know? Why would they want? Oh, why would I want to pay $4? I get free tickets from him. Does anybody know? Well, you know what? You're gonna have to wait. I'll tell you in the next few moments when we're almost done here, okay? Because we're running out of time, and you're gonna fall off your chair when you find out. All right. Let me change the slide here because we're running out of time. All right, one more last thing I want to show you guys. It's really going to blow you stocks, okay? I want to talk about there is something called level 4, which I just showed you a minute ago. Some of you had a stock out there, right? You want to look at? We had a bunch of stocks. I had a couple of stocks open over here. I sold this one, sold Tilray. I still got the Chipotle trade, doing pretty well on that one. Let's look at Chipotle. Okay. So Chipotle, we didn't sell it. And let me bring it up here. Chipotle. So what you're looking at level 4, there is something called a heat map. So now we get to see the orders in the future, and we could see where these big block orders are. So you could see here on Chipotle, it's been moving up really, really nicely. And it's not as clean as the other ones, but you could see here at 38.50 is the next resistance levels. This guy's been out there for weeks, okay? But he's been doing pretty well, and that's where it is, 38. Now, if I go to, move this over here. If I go to Chipotle and I show you this, why 38? Because right here, you see those lows right there, fellow traders? Those lows right there is support, which makes it resistance, okay? Now, right here, we've been trading Chipotle right around here. Now, this is some of the strategies we'll show you. Was building a lot of support levels, Chipotle, right around the 30, 31. If you go to, if anyone here is on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, we'll post those links up for you. You'll see we've been trading this very well. Now, another thing that we've been, some of you brought up another stock. Let me see. What else stock you guys brought up? SMX, not really that good. There's our links to all our YouTube. Just click on those, and when it comes up, you'll get, like says, subscribe. We got over 4,000 videos you guys can watch. Here's a short. Here's something pretty cool. We did this one, the World Cup. You guys are gonna love that. I just did this one. Cup coming to you, North America. I did a video. These are nice. You'll like it. It's 20 seconds. I'm going to show you exactly what stocks are going to be moving. I was a big fan of DraftKings, StubHub, Nike, all of them. And there's a lot of them in there. And you can see here, I do a lot of shorts. I talk about NVIDIA, paid a high dividend. Palantir, we were huge fans of Palantir, talking about that since last year. You can see we talked about Tesla and all that stuff. So you'll have fun. You'll love them. But please like us and friend us, okay? But I want to bring up StubHub really quick. And this is the problem with StubHub, okay? So StubHub, we've been trading this stock right around here, around $10, and it's been having a tough time getting to 15. And you could see there, why is it having a tough time breaking 15? I mean, what is causing it? I mean, at that damn number, 15. So I want to bring up the level 4 here, and I don't have StubHub here. I got to bring it up. StubHub. Let me bring it up here and show you what's going on. Unfortunately, there's this big seller that just doesn't want to give up. Okay, so right here, you could see that there's this seller. Let me go back a couple of hours. Right here at 15, you see that seller right there? It's not a lot of shares, but he's been holding it for a while. And you could see right here how 9:30 opened up and it's been having a really tough time breaking 15. See it right there? Really, really tough time breaking 15. It hit it, it tested that seller, and that's why it came back down. So these are the things that we teach you at Cybertrade University, is having a game plan. Now, this is more of a swing trade, not more of a day trade, but it is testing it, and I think it's going to break it eventually, because eventually this guy doesn't have too many shares left. He did had a lot more, like 18 to 20,000. He's almost full. He's almost empty. So if he hits him just a few more times, it might make a nice little move. All right. AJ says, could you look at GM? Yeah, we'll look at GM for you. Absolutely. Why not? Bring up GM right here. Let me see what GM's doing. So GM, let me take out these crayons and look up GM. So GM's been on a really, really nice move, it looks like. Okay, great looking stock, beautiful. Congratulations on that move since October. I don't know where you own it at, but let's look at where the orders are. So GM, you have pretty big sellers, big buyer right here at 78 for about 12,000. As in resistance levels, it looks like 85 is the next biggest seller. I don't know if you're doing a day trade or a swing trade. Okay. But that's where your biggest big sellers are. There's no one at 90. There's no program trading, but you could see right here, there's definitely, these guys been out there for a while. You got a lot of orders here at 78. But your big resistance level is here at 85. If you're day trading it, you could see here that there was a big resistance levels here at 81, just under 82, and that's why it backed off. So you could day trade it, you could swing trade, and you can also invest it. All right. So I got to go. But before I do, I want to invite all of you guys to something very important. Okay. Because here at Cybertrade University, we do practice what we preach. So what I like to do is I want to invite all of you to stop reading the past and start reading the future, because a lot of you here are the guy on the left and you need to be part of the people on the right. You got to start learning how to trade with a team. And my goal today is I'm looking for people that want to be part of our group, that we could teach you how to trade, because if I could teach you how to trade, we all make money together. And you know how boring it is by yourself. So just to let everybody know, Cybertrade University, before I move forward, we've been endorsed and have done speaking to some of the biggest, most famous brokerage firms in the industry. And if anyone here is looking to do that, I think it's also very, you should be, you should be doing something with some of them, because these brokerage firms know that if whoever teaches wins. And the last thing they want to do is finding people that are going to blow up their accounts. And when they do, they're never going to continue moving forward. Now, this is what I'm looking to do. For $9, I want to get everybody registered to come join my trading room. This is my trading room right here. Okay. So in my trading room, you could see that these are all my traders on the left, which you're going to be part of. You're going to see us talking about stocks that are moving. You're going to watch stocks that are trading. You're going to see us with our alert service. You're going to see everything. So we are trading all day long. We're commentating. We're there. And I want to show you everything that I taught you, that you saw here, for one whole week. All right. Now, this is what you're going to get for $9. Basically, you're going to get live commentary. You're going to get meetings all day, traders talk, hundreds of hours of demand workshops that we've done, real-time alerts, a personal education advisor you could talk to. You're going to meet our instructors that we're going to be here, that we talk all day. You get to meet the traders. You get to see what they're buying and selling. You're going to see how they think for themselves. And the big thing is this: don't judge us on our winners. Judge us on our losers, how few we have. That's the big thing you got to focus on. A lot of you don't like to take losses. That's where you're going to learn the most. Okay. Also, being in business for 35 years, we're probably the only school that you'll ever find that has a 5-star rating on Google. Okay. Now, this is everything that you're going to get. All this stuff for one whole week, which is a $2,000 investment, which some people said, I paid more money than that, than for $9 a steal. So all you got to do is you can click on that link or pick up your phone, turn on the camera, and scan the QR code. just for $9. Now, the reason why we're only charging you $9 today is because we're only looking for real people to be in the room. Okay, we're looking for people that are serious and so on. And let me tell you, let me get back to the broker free tickets. Do you know why they give you free tickets? Because they're banking on you to lose. They're taking the other side. It's the biggest casino of the world. If you want to learn how to beat them, well, if you're the free person, you're not for Cybertrade University. And you know what? You don't want to be, you might be part of that 90% failure rate. You want to learn how the 50-50 chance of surviving? Pay $9 and learn the easy way. If you thought what you've learned today and do believe that these orders do exist, here's your chance to see it for one whole week. I can't teach you how to make money in an hour. I could just make you interested. You want to learn how to trade? Here's your chance. Question that does come up very frequently. Someone's asking me, we do not auto renew. Do not worry about it. We do this for 35 years. I don't need your $9. I need traders that whenever you're there, that are going to put their heart and soul and their money on the line and want to be part of a team. Now, as a bonus, I'm going to throw this in, okay? Whoever registers, first 20 people that register right now, I will personally give you a free coaching class. And the reason why I would do that is because we got to have that conversation to see if you are qualified and want to see if there's any questions you might have. I'd rather tell you personally than you trying to figure it out and browse the internet. All for $9. And it's like, what's the catch? There is no catch. The catch is there's an application fee for you to be part of the team. I'm not looking for free people. Okay. I could usually get a couple $100 for this if I wanted to. Okay. I can't even cover the cost for you to guys pick up the phone and talk to my education advisors because apparently we got to pay $20 minimum wage here in the United States. And my guys do not make $20. Okay. They make a hell of a lot more than that. But I'm just looking for serious traders. That's it. So don't procrastinate. Buy yourself a holiday special right now, a Christmas gift, a holiday gift, whatever you celebrate. Start 2026 fresh. Because the thing is this, if you didn't make money this year or you're breaking even, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. What kind of a commitment do we need to have? Dan, listen, the commitment is this. Just pay for the damn thing, okay? If you're worrying about you got to go somewhere or whatever it may be, or you're on vacation, that's fine. If you want to start, you want to take it when you get back, just sign up, book your appointment, lock it in, and we'll get you signed up when you're ready to come back. Okay, you could start your trial. How long is a trial? 1 week. That's it. Honestly, you really only need 1 day in the room. Think about how much you learned today. Imagine what you'll learn watching other people doing the same exact thing. Okay. A couple of shout outs really quick. I just want to thank a couple of people here that just registered. Richard Hughes from Massachusetts has got your registration. Welcome aboard. Jason got your registration. Jason B, welcome aboard. Max S from Washington, welcome aboard. Susan P from Chicago got your registration. Welcome aboard. Any questions? How long? I answer that one. What kind of commitment do we need to have? I have a remote PT role right now. Dan, just register, lock it in. It'll take you less than 60 seconds, and we'll take care from there. It's 1 week long. Question is, question, do I need a brokerage account to do this? Listen, we don't want you to trade, okay? We want you to watch the traders in the room and how they think for themselves. You do not want to, you got to know why these stocks go up and down the way they do. We need to show you the right of the chart. We need to show you how to have a floor in the exchange. Think about this for a second. Anyone here ever been to New York? Ever do a tour of New York? You're in the stock market, right? Wouldn't be the most greatest tour you want to do is go to New York Stock Exchange. I know you want to go see 9/11. New York Stock Exchange is literally 2 blocks away. You can't go in there unless you pay $9. Would you pay $9 to walk on the floor of the exchange? You know how many people will not pay $9? If it was free, you have a line literally probably, from there to Empire State Building. But because it's $9, people are like, I don't want to pay $9, being cheap. Okay, no problem. That's fine. Those are the guys we want to trade against. Okay. So if you're out there, let's not make that mistake. They don't offer tours anymore. Well, you probably just don't know the right person. All right. You get you a tour into the NASDAQ Center, wherever it is. It's who you know. All right. So any other questions? Listen, I'm a little confused. Lisa, I got your registration from El Dorado Hills, California. Why are you not all registering? This is what always bothers me. If it was free, would you register? Why would you not want to pay $9? The $9 is letting you know that if you want to trade, there's things that you're going to need to buy and things you don't need to buy. Okay. That NASDAQ book viewer that I just showed you, let me just tell you this. I don't know why I keep on getting this thing. I'm going to get disconnected on my book viewer. Let me turn that off. So let me explain something to you. When it comes to trading, that NASDAQ book viewer probably handles 50% of the volatility in the stock market. You're talking about 50% of the volume. Imagine you buying a house and you're competing against 30 other people buying that house. Wouldn't you want to know where everybody was paying for it? Because number one, you don't want to overpay. And number two, you don't want to underbid. And like, damn it, I missed that house. Why didn't I? I lost it for $100. I just bid that house for $500,000. Guy bid me out for $10. How did that even happen? You know what? Imagine there was a database, a platform out there that you could see everyone. Or how many houses you went out there and then you put a bid out there and the guy's like, yeah, good luck. You know what I mean? And you spent all that time, all that money, all that work to bid on a house to find out that you were way off that you want. If you knew you had to pay that much money, you would never have bought it. You would have never took the time and effort to spend it. But there is a platform out there that would have told you that. Guess what? There is. And it all starts with $9. All right. A couple other questions in here. Fausto, what is the plan after the 1 week trial? Michael, that's a great question. We are going to have a conversation and decide if this is for you or not and how to move forward. Because here at Cybertrain University, what we do is it's not about being in the trading room. It's about coaching. It's about helping reviewing your journals with you. It's about doing one-on-one coaching classes with you. We take trading very seriously. But why even go in there and talk about that if it's not even for you? So that first step is this: get into the trading room, worry about the $9 first, and then we'll worry about everything else. All right. A couple of you guys are just registering right now. Guys, I have to go. I got to get back into my trading, but please get in there. Steve Shapiro got your registrations from Maine. Is that right? Maine, I think that's where it is. Fairmount. Okay, got your registration. Zilly got your registration. Welcome aboard. And where are you from? You're from Ohio. Okay. And we got Arturo. Is that where you were? From California. All right. Welcome aboard. And Amal from Toronto. All right. Welcome aboard. A lot of Canadians are trading room. By the way, I have a huge following up in Canada. I've been going to Canada for about 20 years. I've been to Vancouver, Calgary, Red Deer, Toronto, Montreal. I can go on and on. A lot of traders. 20% of the students in our room are all Canadians. You'll have a great time. Welcome aboard. Ken has a question. Really appreciate what you share. I'm a CME futures trader. Would this still be relevant? Yes, Ken, and thank you very much. You can trade futures on it. I personally don't, okay? But I can refer you to who is really good at it. This platform actually was designed and started for futures, okay? So yes, you can do it. So you know what? Drop me an email and I'll tell you who could do that for you. All right. I can tell you this. Funny thing that you bring that up, Ken. One of the guys that trades this platform, it was a futures trader on the CME. He said if he had this when he was on the futures floor, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, he said he would probably make 10 times more money than he made then if he just had that now. That's how powerful these things are, you know? But yeah, definitely great. Who else we got? Vera, okay, VRP from Ontario. Oh, there you go. From York, Ontario. There you go. Welcome aboard. Great to see you. Any other questions, fellow traders? All right. Yes. So when you register, very important. We're going to ask you 5 questions. Please let us know a little bit about you, what kind of trader you have, what broker you have. Want to make sure you have the right brokerage account, which is okay. Some people, didn't know better. Book your appointment immediately. Please don't procrastinate. Don't wait till like after Christmas. Just book it now. Get it out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what's going to happen? Tomorrow is going to be next day, next week, next month. Don't procrastinate. Book immediately. Okay? Get in there. Get in the trading room. Let's get yourself in the gym and let's get ready for 2026. All right? Signed up, but I can't start before January. That's okay, Vera. Just tell your education advisor and he'll take care of that for you. All right? I'm glad I saw you just registered, so that's fine. All right. All right, traders. Thank you very much for listening. Appreciate it. See you all in the trading room. Listen, if you didn't sign up, that's okay. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you want to still do your homework. Maybe you want to read the Google reviews. Maybe you want to check out the brokerage firms. But I'm warning you right now, please go out there and learn from somebody. Like I said, go on ChatGTP. Go ask what you want. It's a 90% failure rate. And please don't be influenced by influencers on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. I know a lot of people have great followers. They're great marketers. I'm not a good one. I try, but I do the best I can. But these people know the algorithm, know what they're doing. But not saying they're bad people, but check their credentials. And this is what you do. Find out what brokerage firms endorse them. Check out their Google reviews. Check out their Better Business Bureau reviews. That's what you want to see. Okay. But don't try to go out there and be that lonely guy in the basement with the 7 monitors trying to figure out on his own and watch his YouTube videos all day. You don't want to be that person. All right. So thanks for listening, everybody. Appreciate it. See you all in the trading room and happy Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays and Happy New Year.